Geeks with beards, geeks with beards. Look who's here, geeks with beards. No need to fear, we're right here. We got beards, so listen clear. Geeks with beards.
Hello everybody, and welcome to a new segment I'm going to be doing called Dan's Toy Box. And on these videos, now I know we already do toy review videos. You're all like, what are we doing now? This is just a little segment just for me, covering toys in my personal collection. Which I know that we do that on our videos too, but this is going to be just me. Sean's not going to be here for these, it's just going to be for me. And I wanted to start it out with this piece that I got at a local toy show a few days ago. Something I've never owned as a child, but as you can see, it is a vintage 1988 Destro and his despoiler from the G.I. Joe Real American Hero toy line. As you can see, I've got his file card, Destro, and his despoiler. So this is complete. I'm a loose complete collector. I don't do sealed in box and stuff like that, unless it's like a gift or something, you know. So we'll look at the file card. I'll bring it up closer to the camera, and you guys can pause it if you want to read it. And all G.I. Joe figures in the vintage line came with a file card. Now, if they came like with this, with a vehicle, then the back side is just plain brown cardboard. Because, of course, this would just be the inside of the box. Now, if you bought a carded figure, then it would have something on the back of it. And I'll show you. I've got another Destro figure. I've got his file card. Now, this is the other Destro figure. This is a Destro version 3 from the 90s. And you see, this is just a different size. It's a bigger file card, different looking things. But now this one was a regular carded figure. And see, if it's a regular carded figure, then this would be the artwork you'd see on the back of the card. And then the figure would be like a plastic bubble over top of this. So it's, you know, that's a little difference for you on something like that. But yeah, so we'll look at Destro first, then we'll look at his despoiler, so we can get him out of here. Come on, Destro, get out of here, despoiler. There you go. Of course, like I said, you know, you got to kind of have him in a seated position to get him down in there. And be real careful with these figures. You know, they are old figures from the 80s, so, you know, be real careful with the joints and stuff like that. And if anybody collects vintage G.I. Joe Real American Hero figures, you know that like the elbows can get cracks in them. That's just stress over time, for, you know, from the rivets and play wear with kids. This one has 0 elbow cracks. Beautiful chrome. It's a little faded right there. It's a little dull, but not bad though. Still beautiful chrome on his head. And as you can see, he's got a sword. Now that's one negativity that a lot of people talk about with this figure, is that the sword is always in its sheath. Cost cutting, I guess, by Hasbro then, you know, I don't know. But I still think it looks really good. It's a really good, ornate looking sheath that it's in. Of course, it's got a little molded chain there on it. He can hold it just fine in his hand. I may give him a gun, because Destro kind of just looks a little off without a gun. And over here on this side, you can see that he's got a little hook. And the little hook will be where you could hook the sword on there when he's not going in his hand. But you see all the nice detail that he's got on him. He's got a little bit of silver kind of like riveting on his thighs there. He's got like thigh-high boots. These boots were made for walking. A nice gold belt that he has that goes all the way around him. And then got a nice little soft goods cape. It's off on the one side here on one shoulder, which I think looks really good. So as you can tell, this Destro is predominantly black and gold colored. Nice little red ascot there in the middle, a little bit of silver right there on his shoulder. So it's a really good figure, I think. I really, really like this figure. I never owned it as a kid. This is a G.I. Joe I never owned as a kid, because as a kid growing up, I had mostly Transformers. It's what I had. I didn't have a lot of G.I. Joe toys. So now this is the despoiler. This is the vehicle that he came with. And of course, you would have to assemble it, put it together. This one was already put together for me, so I didn't have to worry about that. But you can see here a nice, really nice Destro sticker on the center part right here. Of course, there's a little cockpit, little seat where he sits. Got a nice molded detail all over it. Trying to get my light on it there so you can see it better, because it is a little hard to see without the light on it, because it's all the same color. And then you can see here on the front, it's got it says like a laser gun on the blueprints, but you know, like a machine gun or whatever, and it can go up and down. And then this whole little ring part, it can go side to side. So it's really, really cool. So that way he can get all the G.I. Joes. And then he's got two missiles here in the front. And they come out, not spring-loaded or anything like that, but now there are keyed specifically one way to go in and out. You get two of them. And also, there is a variation to this toy, that this kind of bronzy looking plastic, gold plastic here. There's another version that has a more sparkly, brighter gold plastic, kind of like Serpentor's Air Chariot, which I think I will do a video on that too at some point. But I don't mind this. This is fine. And I don't think one is any more rare than the other. So, of course, two more Destro stickers on the bottom. Again, more really nice molded detail on here. Really nice molded detail. But yeah, this is one of those smaller vehicles that came out back then, because there are larger ones that would hold multiple characters, multiple toys, but this is a single toy vehicle specifically for Destro, and he was part of the Iron Grenadier subline that they were putting out at the time, kind of the evil faction to G.I. Joe's Battle Force 2000. I don't own any Battle Force 2000. I don't really know much about them. Probably not anything I would get. And this was the kind of transition years for G.I. Joe back then, because the Sunbow cartoon was over with. And we hadn't got to the Deke cartoon yet. That was around 89, 90 when that cartoon came out. But now this version of Destro was in the first season of the Deke cartoon. And then the second season, there was a different version, the version 3 Destro. He had that look in season 2 of the cartoon. But I hope you guys enjoyed this very first episode of Dan's Toy Box. Let me know in the comments below what your favorite toy is. Did you have a favorite G.I. Joe or Cobra character that you liked? Did you even collect G.I. Joe back in the 80s? And until next time, guys, get out there and play.
Geeks with beards, geeks with beards. Look who's here, geeks with beards. No need to fear, we're right here. We got beards, so listen clear. Geeks with beards, geeks with beards.